Hey guys, this is Allison from Allykatkreations. How are you? Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you get anything from my work, a connected dot, an epiphany, a mind-blown moment, new books to read, a new author to explore, please consider supporting my work. All the links are in the description below the video. Spiritual soul advice. I didn't get to do one last night. I ended the video and then had to do some clips. So that took me a while. And then by the time it uploaded, it was really early in the morning. Fun times. And then I was supposed to have a reading with the medium that I go to. And because of the weather in his area, he lost internet. Gee golly, those evil gremlins are after me. But that's okay. I rescheduled. The energies have been wonky. People are feeling off and on and back and forth like a ping pong ball being spat back and forth. And I know because I'm going through it myself. I had a lot of conversations yesterday with just friends I know from past jobs and childhood friends that I've known forever. Something that I feel that I'm seeing, not just with the conversations I had, but what's happening in the collective, is that the word need is expressed in more of a desire because they don't have the confidence and perseverance within themselves to make it through. My friend who lives back where I was from is a single mother, just had a really rough surgery and is still recovering. And the need to have a man in her life is extraordinary high. And that's all she's focusing on. And I try to explain to her, you have to, why are you here? Why did you incarnate? Why did you have children with your ex? What are you showing? What are you teaching your children right now? Because a lot of values are lacking. Parents are not home to teach the kids nowadays. You're home up to a certain point, but the vital sponge absorption doesn't just happen when the kids are in their early stages of life. It happens throughout life. And I feel most impactful ages that kids start really absorbing what the world really is between like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's when things are starting to be shaped. And I explained to her the lack of a male in her life is to show her she could do it herself. Yeah. And I, you know, I've told her, I'm like, I had to do everything by myself. I had no real people stepping in. They offered help, but it was always not when I really needed it the most. It was whenever they were available, and I was just a side piece for their help. And I can read that intentionally. And they're always looking for something. Why can't you just help to help because you're a good person? But the conversations that I had is what we are all trying to prepare for in the collective. And I feel there's so many people that have the right idea, but they're not going and doing the work. I see people all the time posting these beautiful, well-meaning memes beautiful pictures with words on it. But when you see and how they reflect in their voice, in their texting, in their typing out the words, it is still, they're still stuck. They can't see past this. And that's the journey that we're all on right now. I'm not here to correct anybody. People that know me as a moderator, I am very open. You're going to perceive the world the way that you individually do. But don't deceive yourself with meaningful things that will possibly help spark something in another, but you're not embracing it for yourself. I'm pulling cards today. My spirit guides are here because I called them in an hour and a half ago. I mean, they're always with you, but like I called them in because I thought I have a lot of questions for my spirit guides. And ones that only they can answer. But the card right now is judgment. Let go of your fear of being judged. You're good enough. It is time to release all that you have kept safely locked away in your heart. Your true essential and potential have been restricted by structure and method for long enough. There is no right or wrong. Just be you. Just be you. A lot of people are still detached to things. I say this all the time, but it's not going away anytime soon. Because again, do the work. Ask those deeper questions. And too many people, I still see it, and it's more of the older generation than it is in the younger generation. The younger generation just goes with the flow right now. They know because their whole lives, including ours, but more so for them because it's the experience that they need to grow. We already grow. We're grown. We have a bigger depiction of what the world in reality is, and they're still shaping it. So going through the lockdowns and going through life-altering changes are still rippling and affecting all the youth. They're still like trying to wave through this insanity that has been created. They're our future. They're holding the key of forward movement and momentum. They are already upgraded. Many of us are in our upgrading potentiality right now. We're still moving up. They already came in way wiser. Listen to your children. Not all of them are going to be star season. Not all of them are going to have abilities, but I bet you more and more of them do. You're just not tapping into those potentials because you're still indoctrinated in thinking that that's witchcraft, that's evil. And again, I'm not talking to everybody. Most parents nowadays are embracing their kids' differences. They're embracing what is to be in this world. So please be kind. And of course, inspiration. A wave of inspiration and a stream of beautiful ideas are about to enter your aura. It is important that you trust your intuition at this time. Pay attention to unusual thoughts that come to your mind and do not discount your imagination. Many wonderful ideas which have served humanity were initially scoffed or ridiculed. We, your guardian angels, will help you discover ways to apply your ideas and manifest new realities for your life. Something I need, because I'm at a stalemate again. Though I have forward momentum, when I got told I have to reschedule, I went outside with some spray paint. Unfortunately, my neighbors, there's like a huge barbecue next door, huge, and they're very noisy. They kind of quiet down a little bit. So it's like, oh, I could do a video. I went outside to spray paint. I don't have venting down here that's well, so I go outside and I spray paint on my deck. All the things that I want to put and sell as creations. So I'm making more creations. I'm being using my imagination, using my creativity. And I feel a lot of people are being asked to, what is singing in your heart? What makes you happy? What are the things that you make, create, whether it be music, whether it be writing, whether it be artwork, whether it be crafting, you're putting in your frequency and energy into everything that you make. So it's important when you do the work, when you are in creative mode, to be happy, to emote that light into whatever you're doing, because you're going to see better results. Other people are going to feel the energy coming off of it. It's like a song. When the right people write a song and it's heartfelt, it taps into other things that which is very, very, very important. And something did happen in a chat. You know, we are not perfect at all. And we have to stop. I'm going to use this word very relaxed. Grammar and spelling Nazis, right? I grew up hating to read because of how bullied I was, because I was hard of hearing. I was almost deaf. And when I pronounced things and I read things out loud, it was not good. It was brutal. And I had that problem corrected. I went to years of speech therapy. I went and had my parents got me tutors because my father, goodness sakes, he couldn't tutor me. My dad was a teacher, couldn't do it. Other people had to step in. He tried, wasn't good. So just understand, reading to everybody on this channel is a big thing that I had to overcome. It was something that was a childhood trauma that I had to overcome. And now I'm here reading, and I really couldn't care less if I pronounce things right. Most of you understand where that word might be phrased right in your head. I might pronounce it wrong, but you guys got it. And I don't have anybody ridiculing me. People see, and I've taken my teeth out to show you that it's not just I'm also dyslexic, so things flip on me. And it's not everything, and it's not all the words, but different structural, how words are structured, things flip. So it takes my mind that I'm reading fast a few seconds to catch up with, oh shit, I fucked up. We're not perfect. Every one of us has something that's what society would call a disability. It's not a disability. We're all unique. We all have specific gifts. Mine just doesn't happen to be projecting certain words. But I wanted to pull some cards because I feel that I was going to do an angel reading, but I got told to hold. Because the energy, today's a 9-9 portal. Today's a 9-9. So, and again, as the medium that normally I have no problem communicating with, the last time my reading was held back was because Ethan Cat passed away. So I don't know if between today, tomorrow, and Monday, when I have the scheduled reading again, if some epiphany is going to hit my paradigm and things are going to change, or I get a message from upstairs, or the evil forces are tampering with me getting what I need. So what I'm seeing in the collective is a multitude of things. I was watching Jermaine from the Consciousness Wars. Please check his Telegram channel, is fantastic. But he has a lot of archonic energy that at every moment's notice stops this poor guy from getting his information out. He is from the Black Orion League. He is very much into Ashyanadine, but he incorporates everybody's things into his work. It's not just her work, it's other people and what have you. And there's a huge divide, like I thought there would be in the galactic community. This one is not talking to that one, and those groups are not talking to this group, and that channel is not, used to be succinct, and now it's like everybody's just like angry with each other. And there's a lot of reasons why. You could see who's being puppeted, who has agendas, where those agendas are lying are becoming more and more clearer. And for this poor kid, he's not a kid, he's a man, but he's around my age, I'm sure. He couldn't get a word out. They kept kicking his Wi-Fi, kicking his laptop, kicking the phone, disconnect, on, off, on, off. Every time he had a topic he was trying to present, it was like they didn't want him to talk. There's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of problems when I go on we not me, and I'm sitting in chat, and all of a sudden, like, I keep getting error messages when I'm trying to say hey to people or try to dissolve a conflict. A lot of people, this is why I'm saying this, a lot of people, you need to be aware of your energy field. You need to be aware of what's around you. Go outside and ground. I did that earlier. I went outside, I grounded my energy. I do a whole ritual before I call my spirits or angels or whatever I'm trying to call, so the medium could get clear-cut communication with them. I sit and I commune with them, and I am like, hi, here's the questions I have for you. Here's these pressing things in my mind. If they're relevant, answer them. If they're not, doesn't need to be answered, then don't answer them. Giving you the free will. Obviously, I have the free will. Ground. Grab a piece of paper. It doesn't need to be in a special book. I have a ton of books. They're all different kinds of books. Write. Get your emotional state out. I told my friend with the one that had surgery and she's healing, and she's like very stuck on finding a guy. I'm like, stop thinking about it. Every day you wake up, you're in gross amounts of pain. You're held back because you can't move, and you feel like you're burdening your children. because you can't get them to school and you have to rely on other people. So you are being helped because your kids are getting back to point A, point B. Sit back, get rid of the notion that you need something. It's not going to help. Why are you being tested the way you are? And this is just a situation I'm giving an example to, but I want you guys to do this for yourselves. Any situation that happens in your life that curveballs you left field, why did it happen? Ask yourself. Look at it objectively. Take yourself out of the equation. Take your emotions out of the equation. Why do you think you were taken off course? There's a lesson for you to learn. Why did certain events happen in your life? You wrote your script. The message of a query yesterday was so immense. We're birthing new consciousness. We are birthing, bringing into being new ways of thinking, new expansion of consciousness. People are getting abilities. People are remembering their past lives. People are going in and sort of starting, and we're all at different levels. Stop judging. Someone asked I'm going to give you an example. Someone in the We Not Me, I posted everything. Why did I leave out mountain time? Because if I wrote the word mountain out, it will not come up when I do the title. I put the 3. And I mean, should I be including Europe? Because we have a lot of European countries. We have, I know somebody from Ireland. I know people from England, and who else knows where? Scotland. Should I be putting their time zones too? Like, that was my thinking, but I didn't write it that way. I didn't project it that way. I explained in simple terms why I didn't include mountain time, why I just included the 3, and not to say that, you know, I'm sorry, I'll put it in when I do Facebook and Telegram, but can't you figure that out? Or, and then people are like, well, fuck if they don't, fuck them if they don't agree with you, or fuck them, like, you do an amazing job. Why are we including fuck them? And I love the people. I really, really do appreciate the people. I really do. That are always showing up and supporting JQ and Jack. Always. And that people are recognizing what I do for them, which is behind the scenes, getting them up. You know, I have conversations, very deep conversations sometimes, not all the time, with Jason. And I love him, but a lot of it goes out over his head, which is fine. But why are we telling other people who don't grasp things quick? Fuck that. They don't appreciate. No, they're just bringing out something that, you know, maybe could change the game. Who knows? When people are starting to give their opinions as well, be constructive, not destructive. Are you wasting your energy by complaining? I moderate on Ethan Lucas. I met Ethan Lucas. He stayed at my house. What you see on the screen is not what I received, and I was shocked. He's very much like me. He thinks very much like me. And people just like, oh, I can't handle him. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, instead of complaining about it, don't watch. You have a choice. You have free will. Make a conscious choice. If something is bothering you, either transcend it, understand why it triggers you, why is it bothering you, or you have the power to click off at any time. Stop handing your power to the complaint. I used to be the biggest complainer ever. Huge. I used to complain about everything. People that know me back in high school, back in college, could tell you that's all I did was complain. When I got sick, and people just looked at me like, well, you don't look sick. You look fine. What the hell's wrong with you? Oh, I just can't bend my finger. I can't get up. You can't see my pain, right? I used to try to validate, and people just didn't get it because they didn't go through the experience. They don't know any better. They don't know that young people can get arthritis too. And I used to complain as a means to try to communicate that I'm not okay, someone help me. But that's not the right way to do it. It is absolutely not the right way to go about it. Some people might receive to that. Others, no. It took me a long time to deprogram myself to complain. And yes, there are valid things to complain about. There are things that we should be complaining about. But when it comes to average, everyday, mundane things, stop criticizing when all you need to do is flip off. You steer your ship. You don't steer anybody else's ship. You are an influence on your children, but they're going to do what they're going to do. They have to learn their lessons, just like you have to learn yours. The lessons never end. They keep coming and coming and coming. No one escapes those things. And then child has it a little easier, not all the time, but they have a little easier because they're just traversing the world. They're just getting their concept of everything. Have the morals at home. Accept more. Stop complaining. Yeah, we can complain about the government all day long. What are you doing to fix it? And not many people are standing up on their 2 feet. I see people all day long on Telegram dropping all this information, and I only see a few people going out and really trying to make a difference. It's putting action into motion to have a manifestation. What are you doing to make a difference in your community with what skill set you have? Amish mindset. They never left. It never left. Why are we so critical on some people, but not all people? Ask yourself why. Oh, because you don't like them, so you're going to criticize them heavier than someone who done the same or said the same action. But because it's that person that irks you, ask yourself why. This is what's happening in our paradigm right now. It's the victimizer is coming up on bat. It's on stage. Here we go. We're playing it. No one should be playing either role. When it comes to mundane stuff, I'm not saying if something happens to you that's horrific, that you're not the victim, or that you are the victimizer. If you did something to somebody, own up to it, apologize, and move on. That was an instruction guide to how to use these cards. Cooperation. Angel wisdom suggests that you use your skills and talents for the common good. Eliminate power struggles, conflict, and competition, which come from an ego desire to win. Cooperation for the highest good promotes harmony and togetherness and draws the best from everybody. What a concept. It's true, though. Make it your aim that everyone has a sense of satisfaction from work done. Then you become a spreader of goodwill and harmony. Your angel guidance is to bring people together and explore how you can mutually assist each other. Again, mutual, neutral, mutual, neutral. Your attitude of sharing will ensure that you benefit in turn, for the angels will bless your endeavors. And again, this is how spirit works with me. Succinct, what I'm talking about. I just pulled a random card and here it is. We have to be mutual. We have to understand we're all on different levels. We have to understand some people are slower at picking things up than others. That doesn't make you stupid. It doesn't make you inferior, and it doesn't make anybody superior. We're all on the level playing field. We're all here together. So I had to get over the fact that I pour my heart out into things. I get criticized, I get bashed. I don't even get acknowledged. And people really don't know the background noise of what really happens. Stop judging. Appreciate what is being given to you on an everyday basis. Gratitude is the attitude we need to start embracing more often. It's hard right now, but knowing that you are blessed, that you're here breathing, is the start. Power. You are reminded that your essence is divine. Yesterday's reading, which we're going to go into after this card. So let no one diminish you. When you feel totally serene and at peace, you are powerful, for no one can upset or influence you. Your angel guidance is to find your still, quiet center, then heal your anger, purify your emotions, rely on your own judgment, and take your own decisions. It serves your spiritual growth to take responsibility for your life. So stand on your own feet and be strong. True power is based on inner strength, self-worth, and confidence. Claim your power today. And if I had this card pulled yesterday, I would have told my friend that. Stand in your power. You are divine. You don't need anybody else. Stop thinking lack. Embrace. Yesterday, reading the message of Aquaria, it's very interesting when I tell people what I am and the fractals of what I believe are in me, and that's what I'm going to try to get validated on Monday. I know been validated from outside sources of spirit telling me or showing me in multitude of ways. Yes, you are from the Archangel Collective. Again, that doesn't make me any different from anybody watching me. Why? Because A, I'm human. I have an incarnated fractal of an archangel that sits in my soul because it needs this experience. Doesn't make my life any easier. It doesn't make things manifest any quicker. None of that. It's a huge responsibility knowing what you are. And what all of you are is what I am. We're all divine. We're all from source. And yes, you could take the NPCs, you could take all those things, all those negative polarized things. They're still a source. They might not have the God spark. They might not have the Christ consciousness within themselves. But that doesn't make them any less not from God, because it's all from God. Like I said, this little tool I use to dispel negative energy around me. This is source. Why? Because it's a manifested thought created by somebody. You brought it into creation. Source. We are all divine at the soul level. We all individuated. I give that hourglass. I'm going to probably do an art piece with that eventually. We all started with source, and we dropped into materialism. We dropped into the material world. Now we're going to go start our journey to climb back up. That takes a very long time, but it's starting. The process has started, and it started a long time before most of us were even born. All the books that I'm reading are from the early 1800s, 1900s. They're all telling you stuff that correlates more with that now than with their now. You, as a soul, are divine. You could be a plethora of things, an ascended master. You can be a partial rishi, a Daihan Kohan. You could be a dragon guide. You could be an angel, guardians. There's a whole plethora of things that you could be. And it's all beautiful. And you're a fractal. It's a fractal living within you. Your personality, your ego is a compilation of things that is needing experiences because you're giving in a unique perspective to the stage. They needed to work through you, something they need. So they came and melded in together to make you. Doesn't make you any less of an entity or any less of anything. It's pouring in more. And it's a big responsibility. Knowing that your essence, your being, is to just be, is to keep the frequency around you in your community and everywhere you go high. That's one platitude of who you are. It's one. We need to not be jealous, not be envious. You do the work. You're going to get the signs, symbols, and things that only you're going to see and receive to validate what you think you might be. There's different types of angels. It's not just what you hear out of the Bible. There's a whole plethora of different types of angels. You might be one of them incarnated in this lifetime. We're here to make the biggest shift that has never happened in humanity's history. In this universe, we've never done this before. The shifting of consciousness, the growing of new consciousness, the battling of good versus like bad, or light versus dark. We haven't been through this before on a massive scale where everybody's moving together. We haven't done this yet. In other times, things have been harvested in just few little minute places around the world, like the Mayans, like they disappeared. Where do they go? Well, they ascended. Yeshua ascended. I have these empath cards. I know not everybody watching me is an empath, but the guidance is nonetheless still good. We need to empower ourselves at this moment in time. I know what I am, so I claim it. I empower myself. It's not to put myself on a pedestal. And the same thing with people that are like the starseed thing is like this huge, well, how do I find out? You were all a part of so many different factions and different alien groups and different cultures, different species. You were everything before you came into this body. So there might be one or two that are dominating in your encoding right now, but is that knowing those things, is that helpful or hurtful? Is that harmful for you? Because some people are Anunnaki, some people are Draconian. And those things are bashed and people lay the sword down for that stuff. But perspective, what happens to all the positively polarized Draconians and all the polarized positive Anunnaki? Does that take away from you? You have free will choice to do the best in humanity that you could do. You're here to imprint your DNA, frequency, and vibration. You get to choose if you're going on the good side or the bad side. It's your choice. Welcoming the help of others. The other one, shielding, protecting, and grounding. So, say it all the time. Show you how beautiful this card is. Opening personal energy to receiving rather than only giving. Contemplating different forms of healing that can benefit our growth. Releasing self-limited and ego-based beliefs of being a constant provider. One of the most significant lessons for us highly empathic souls, and again, I'm reading this because it's an empath deck, but it doesn't necessarily matter if you're an empath or not, by the way, is to open ourselves to healing from others, whether this is in the form of psychotherapy, counseling, energy work, metaphysical workshops, deep conversation, or anything else. We absolutely need to embrace the skills and perspectives of others from time to time. After all, we have our own unique gifts and are happy to share them. However, the same holds true for others in their own trades and professions. Society places an unhealthy level of expectation on a person to handle everything themselves. And suck it up, Buttercup. This is both harmful and unrealistic. The truth is that there is countless people out there who are pleased to help others in their lives. We simply must cultivate the humility to accept this part of life's process. This is another thing that this card brings up. Balancing. Putting up your boundaries. Yes, we want other people to come in and help. But this is what I've seen in the last year. I have really very, very great experience with this. It's the people that I least expected and strangers who were more open in helping me than it was the very people that said they would and never did. And people that I knew, including family, who sat back and watched me try to watch me fail. And they would not let myself fail. Period. End of story. But you have to place your boundaries up so that there is equal energy exchange. Equal energy exchange. I'm always at someone's for help, but when I need it, I noticed crickets. Crickets. I've been asking, I'm trying to get instead of having to pay somebody an exorbitant amount of money to get my shed built, I have to do it myself, but I do need help. Crickets. I need to get the stuff out of storage, and I am too, not weak, but I'm unable to lift certain things because of my back and my knees. I have to be very careful. I've been told significant amounts of times to stop burdening my body. But again, when I don't have an unlimited, black debit card that, I don't have to worry about money. Where is this stuff coming from? Like, how is this manifesting? There has to be a balance. So that's what I need to find, is a balance with the people that I am around, because hey, I'm always at the drop of a hat, ready to go, help to some, give help to somebody. But are they at the drop of a hat ready to do any kind of favor for me? And then I just keep suckering myself into helping. This is a process that I need to work on, and I see it, so many other people have the same problem. We're good, beautiful souls, and we want to help, and we want to help others, and we want to be there for others, but there has to be an equal energy exchange of some sort. Don't just freely give your energy away either. This next one is something I say all the time. Shielding, protecting, grounding, protecting ourselves from heavy emotional forces, learning how to find center of sanity and stability during challenging times, activating self-care on various levels. Sweet, empathic soul. It's time to bring up those shields and get back to center. It's ridiculously easy to get wrapped up in the day-to-day grind, and to the point that we forget about energetic self-care. As empaths, imperative, and people who are open and are awake, that we remember to shield and protect ourselves regularly. Daily visualizations to ground and to protect ourselves can make our empathic life miles easier to navigate. So these are the things I keep saying. I do it on a daily basis. I have a morning, depends on the morning. Morgan Cat is starting her shtick again, so she's not feeling too hot. She's not really eating, so she keeps waking me up and pawing me. But meaningfully, before I close my eyes at the bed, when I go to sleep or attempt to make some kind of like sleep happen, I'm always envisioning a shield around my body. A plasmic shield. I do the 12D shielding techniques. I then go into my heart and grow my golden bubble. I have my Merkaba spinning. I have my rainbow orb around me. I have mirrors I put around me. I wear chain mail. All in this visualization that I do. And I do it quickly and pray, chant, whatever it is that you do, shield and protect yourselves. The astral realm is working right now very hard to keep all of us lowered in vibratory states. Don't feed them anything. I wanted to come on just to have a conversation I'm starting to think I need to do lives. I just have to figure out the best course of time and action when I can go live. But what I'm seeing in the paradigm right now is a lot of people say one thing, project another. Too critical on other people, not realizing for themselves, like, are you fully awake? No one's fully awake. There's no one or two concepts that are the same that someone might interpret differently than you. Doesn't make them right or wrong. Always come at life as a neutrality. See things for both sides. What are the benefits of having something happen? What are the benefits? What are you learning? Question everything deeper than you normally would. It's not the why I said so. No, but why? Why did this happen to you? Why did it happen to you? There's so many avenues to explore. Go within and start doing that work. It'll help when shit really does hit the fan, and it's starting to really start hitting the fan. You have to be the vessel, the pillar of light to help other people. How can you be helping other people if you still hold in indoctrinated ideas and the matrix forms of things that, no, because I said it was right. And that's just your perception. I see some of those comments on my page. There's only one path. Really? In your perception. And you could think that way. Congratulations. It's all perception. That's all it is perception. I just noticed the time. I'm going to be doing an Awaspe reading later. I just wanted to come in, kind of just tell people what's going on, that I'm seeing, noticing, feeling from the collective, things that we continuously always need to work on. And I'm incorporating these beautiful oracle cards because not everybody likes to watch my oracle readings. They're long, but they're very helpful. Rumi has amazing wisdom. I chose 2 cards that I'm going to read for you. And then we'll end it here, because then later after I eat something, because I didn't eat today, and pour some more epoxy, I will be doing an actual book reading. The all-encompassing hand. Perhaps you are in need of a reassurance, dearest one. Perhaps you have been feeling somewhat alone on your path, or struggling with a matter deep within your precious, beautiful heart and speaking it to no one. Such loneliness can foster in the heart, with no other to bear witness to your life experience. You may question your life, your sanity, your truths, and create doubt where no doubt need be. This must stop now. You are worthy of so much more, and the suffering is not essential for your growth now. It is time to let it be and to open up to the touch of grace. So this oracle comes to you as the hand of the divine. It is the all-encompassing hand, the hand that has no limitation upon the blessings it can bestow, upon the troubles it can lift from you. upon the tenderness it can communicate to you through sacred touch. Allow the divine hand to reach for you, beloved. This hand reaches to gently wipe away tears of the past. It will unravel the ties that have bound your hands, preventing you from fully giving and receiving according to your worth, which is inconstable and without limit. The divine hand will reach for you in your meditations, your sleep, and your prayers. It will reach for you through life circumstances, through the smile or hug you receive from another, or the touch of another human being. This oracle comes with a particular message for you. There may be a situation or a circumstance in your life that you may feel is somehow unable to be solved. This oracle comes with reassurance that there is nothing beyond the reach of the divine hand of grace. All can be solved. All can be resolved. There is always a higher, better, more beautiful outcome possible. Ask for help. And it doesn't need to be of another physical human being. I've been asking upstairs for help for a long time. Sometimes I get deliverance and other times I get, it's divine timing, Allison. It's divine timing. Got to be patient, got to be patient, got to be patient. And of course, up there is no construct of time. So we're always like, but I do feel that this is collectively for so many people out there that just need to hear that. Because I'm not alone. And feeling the way I'm feeling in my experiences, they might be unique to me, but it's still the feelings that most of you resonate with. And most of you are going through it, went through it, or will go through something similar. And beyond death, life. So here you are, an old soul at the edge of something you have known, at the cusp of an ending and a beginning. Perhaps you are ready in surrender and falling in, or perhaps you are fearful and resisting as you greet your unknown destiny. Yet this moment is happening because your own divine soul has chosen for it to be this way, so that love may grow, that there is no punishment in this ending, nor is there anything to fear. There may be pain, there may be grief and loss, there may be uncertainty and insecurity, yet you have a heart big enough to bear such growing pains. Your heart is even bigger and big enough to receive the joy that is lying in wait for you as you stumble across her in the course of your clumsy, inspired travails into life. You can scoop her up in your arms and spin her wildly about as she delights in your embrace, throwing her head back and laughing her vibrant, contagious laughter, filling with the exquisite ecstasy. Yes, you shall know the truth, the knowledge that the divine is with you. As I keep always saying, it's with you, guiding every unfolding moment of your life journey. No matter how dark it may first appear, the divine is with you in unflinching generosity, with compassion, and with fierce passion for blooming and blossoming into all that you are, all that you can be. So what must you do to receive this divine grace, this new life? You must be willing to face death. It may be the death has come to you in the form of loss of a beloved one, a physical loss that takes you into the darkest despair or depths of your grieving heart. It may be death that comes to you in the ending of a financial or professional situation you once relied upon. It could be also in the sense that you don't really know who you are anymore. Old identities having shown themselves to be inadequate, inaccurate, mere ego masks to small for the great being that you are starting to suspect you may be. How perfect to end on this. Your death may be a choice to let go, to take a step in a new direction, to move house, to end a relationship, to change career, or to step away from a religious or philosophical tradition, or a group or a teacher. Your death may not feel as though it comes by a choice at all. It may be a sickness that leaves you feeling helpless, a relationship or other life circumstances changing when you wish with all your heart that it would not be. Your transition through this death may be triggered by an inner feeling that you cannot quite pin down. Nonetheless, it powerfully propels you away from what has been and towards untapped possibilities. Perhaps even towards great confusion as you encounter life in a new way, feeling even somewhat unprepared and uncertain as to what may lie ahead of you now. How you deal with disgrace, hidden though it may at first appear to be under the cloak of crisis, is up to you. You have enough spiritual intelligence to shift perspective and choose, if you wish to rest your inner gaze upon the lies beyond the death. Gaze instead upon the new life that is calling you. When you know deep within that no matter what experiences you have had in your life, that you are untainted, you will be more easily able to trust in the love the divine has for you. You won't question your worthiness, and therefore you will trust in life more easily, more fully, no matter how much it takes and asks of your time. The divine is a restless lover. It wants nothing less than your total being to be held in its embrace. Sometimes that means we will have to give up lesser loves for the greater love, the divine one that calls us to remember our true nature. You are a beautiful, blazing soul having a human experience that defies explanation and opens you up to divinity. That is what is happening in your life now, whether the death is obvious and painful to you, or whether you are uncertain as to how it is as yet showing up in your life. Either way, there is an ending imminent and a new life coming to you, with greater opportunity for your radiant soul to shine its beauty in the world. Grasp it eagerly, beloved. Now is not the time for fear or hesitation. Focus on what is becoming while honoring what is no longer to be. Now, again, if I could sum up everything that I was trying to project and portray today, that card just spoke it all. It spoke it all. Know what you are. You don't need to have definitions. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. You are divine. You come from the divine. You are from source. You are a portion of source amongst the whole. Please embrace it. Find and go within. Stop criticizing, judging, and complaining. It's something that it will take a long time to transcend and to undo and unravel. We need to show up for each other. And that's another thing that I see that is something that we all need to work on, showing up for other people, being beacons of light for others. In whatever capacity you can expend that energy of yourself to another person, do it. We have to figure out why some people hold on to other people's words as if it's some magical, mystical spell that they're casting, and why other people who are saying the same thing, it's what you resonate with. But perhaps we are limiting our perception on others because there's a fear there. There might be a trigger there. We need to overcome it all. Walk the middle way path. Know what we are. and move forward. With fear comes destruction. It comes things not coming into our purview. With courage and strength and perseverance, things start transforming in our lives. You have to put the work in to have those things. Get rid of the fears, get rid of the things that are holding you back. And that isn't a one-day thought. That's a collective of things that you need to work on. I'm working on them constantly. I am not the same person I was a year ago. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. I'm evolving. I'm changing. The course of my life has changed in so many directions, in so many ways. I gave up and I just let the universe handle it. There are times where we feel very stuck and very in stalemate. I'm reaching out for help. So I hope all of you have a restful weekend. Please enjoy bees, be safe. There's some storms that are causing some havoc right now on the East Coast. Please be safe, be seen. And I hope to see you all later as I'm going to read a wasp egg. Just wanted to take some time on an earlier time basis and trying to convey what all of you are, because I know what I am. And I shouldn't be ashamed of saying it or taking its empowerment and moving forward with it. So, sending each and every one of you love, light, protection, shielding, and most of all, love. Please be safe, be seen. Take the card's advice. It's why I do the readings that I do. It's to help everybody. It's the collective. We're all a part of that. Until next time, guys, hopefully I'll see you later for some of you, and hope to see you on the next one, guys.